Hey guys, today I'm going to do a bit of video, just for something a bit different. I'm just fairly new to DaVinci Resolve. It's because I have a Blackmagic switcher, Blackmagic A10 Mini Pro ISO, that I use to capture multicam video on our sessions and in my studio. I've got the Blackmagic is an Australian product, and they do many awesome stuff. Blackmagic Design, check them out online. They also do just absolutely mind-blowing cameras. I'm using a GoPro Hero 8 for this video right here. How you doing? With a medium mod. It's got a HDMI out and a USB-C to keep it alive. Are you geeked out yet enough? Okay. On to DaVinci Resolve. This is video editing software that comes free. Well, it's free to download. If you do video editing, why don't you download it? It's free at the Blackmagic design website, DaVinci Resolve. There is a premium version that you do pay for. This is the free version. From talking to my video guys, they all preach that this thing is one of the best color grading softwares around and for video. And although I'm very new, I'm just going to dive right in. I had a little bit of a go with two cameras just to see how it went, and believe me, I'm like an hour into this program, 1 hour, and I'm going to show you how easy I'm finding it. The Honey Street Country Club, as you know, we film our stuff using a couple of iPhones. We do place GoPros inside the stage sometimes for stuff. This particular song here has just two iPhones, an iPhone 11 and on a gimbal, a DJI Osmo Mobile 2, and an iPhone 7 on the right on another gimbal the same. They're not wired, they're just recording internally. They use the Filmic Pro app to lock off the white balance and the auto focus and things like that. The things that your iPhone does automatically that you find a bit painful when you're trying to record video. So I'm going to throw the two videos from that day, from this particular song, into this section, into this session. Just drag them and drop them. I'll just change the rate of the session to suit. There's one here from Patta and one from Dan. I'll just put Patta's on the left. I'll just throw him down here. I'll actually go into the edit mode. So I've got all the different modes here. This is just your media pool, your basic cutting. I'm into edits here. So I'm just going to throw one on here, get Dan's, put it on top. Now remember, I worked in Premiere before. I can see that they're pretty well lined up here. They're not too bad. I'm holding Option and just moving my my mouse to zoom in. It's doing a great job, especially if I just touch the timeline where I want it. I zoom and it always keeps that in the middle. That is so cool. So I need to move one of these to the right to match. That's pretty close. We're hearing both audios there. I'm going to just skip over to the audio page because I'm the audio guy, right? Here's the two cameras and the audio that's just on the camera. One's louder than the other, so I'm going to match them up, and I'm going to pan one to the left. So there's a pan here. I'll pan one to the left, one to the right. I'll match them. Maybe this is only because, remember, I'm going to put eventually the actual mix in here as a WAV file. So this camera audio is only just as a guide. Eventually I'm going to mute these guys and put the full mix because we multi-tracked the actual song, and that's a whole new video of me mixing that sucker. So let's get into the video. I'll go back to the editing. So I was in audio, just panned them and matched them up so that now I'm listening to them, they're all good. Remember, these videos are linked, so if I touch one of the cameras, I can turn them off and on, so my preview pane. I can just make them active or deactivate there. I just unlink them. I can unlink them. Link clips, just unlink, and I'll explain why later. I still want to hear these guys, right? But I want to make sure I'm looking at more video. I'm not going to really concentrate on the audio, so I tend to want to bring this line down a bit. So, all right, let's have a look here. First, find the beginning and chop it.
Here we go.
Now all this is going to be silent until 1, 2, 3, but up until those two snare sounds. So you won't hear the drummer go, Ben Todd go 1, 2, 3. That won't be in the mix. You'll just hear bap bap. So I need about a second. The girls have to be smiling, doing something. So I'm picking a spot. Okay, here, about there. And I want all of it, I want to basically just chop it there. So I'm going to press B for blade, just zoom in a bit, go chop, chop. And because I've unlinked them, I'm going to have to chop them all. They're all selected, press delete, they're gone. A for my normal tool again, select all. I think I might have got rid of an audio track. Or not, didn't cut this guy down the bottom. Let's make sure I'm doing that. Move up the audio, blade, cut. There we go. Okay, so get rid of all these guys. Grab what's left, pull it back to 0. Sorry if I'm a bit clunky, but hey, this is still pretty easy. All right, let's get into it. This is probably not the camera I want to start with, but let's have a look. It's a pretty good angle actually, because everyone's in the shot. The other camera's got it has got everyone in it. Let's see how his shot started. It starts a little high. Yeah, not really. So eventually the camera comes down a little, so I'm thinking it might be a bit high. Yeah, sort of like here. So there's two riffs here, so I might swap in the middle. So start, let's start with camera 1 and then move to camera 2. I'm going to move this audio guy now. Start blading, so I'm just going to go chop, chop. Now, I will go D for enable clip. D for disable and enable. And I'll just make my choices like this. This is the way that I'm going to work. So it's going to go from that one into this camera here. So it's going to go all the way through to first. So Sarah sings to the camera. And I've got to make sure that the lead singer's singing to the camera I'm chosen. And then the chorus comes up. Now that's a camera change. So from there, let's just zoom in a bit. You can see this, that the drums go bang. Now they're going to sing, "I'm so excited." I want to have that cut already done. So let's just slice back here. I can change these pretty easy, so easily, the points where you're making the edits. That's what's really mind-blowing on this, and probably the reason why I'm making this video. Okay, let's change cameras. Duh. Remember, I'm just pressing B to blade, A for back to my pointer tool, and to select a tool, and just D for switching things on and off, right? Change camera. Okay, let's just keep going. Okay, there's Nikki's verse. She's singing to camera. Piano solo. Let's stay on this camera. Now the reason why you can't hear the piano solo so much is because it's all been recorded through its multi-tracks. There is no PA, of course. All the girls have wireless in-ear monitors hidden inside their hair, like I'm wearing some over there. And it's all just, you know, that's why you can't hear the singers so much. It's all just acoustics, like a band with no PA, because there is no PA. It's all been recorded through a desk, but there's no speakers amplifying the singers. I've told you this before though, right? Okay, back to the piano solo. At the end of the solo is Pina, the girl on the left, her verse. So I want it in by the time that hits. So let's just, and remember you've got to put a dissolve or something here. So I'll just zoom in a bit here. Blade, back to my tool, select D, D. Okay, then we just go through hers. Okay, so. Okay, so I reckon I'll change cameras here. I want it, cut it about here. B, back to A, D. So it's D for D. Okay, we're on Dan's cam on the right. You can hear Patta and Dan talking to each other as well. They have comms and they're talking to each other going, okay, I'm going to take the middle, okay, move, you know. So there's a bit of chatter in here as well. We don't hear that, of course, in our ears. It's all rocking, but these guys have to be in communication. If you're filming a band with multiple cameras, you need to get wireless communication. It's definitely the best way. If you know, especially in this situation, the camera people, persons, they learn the song as well. So they rock up and they see when people are going to do solos, and they talk to the singers going, okay, maybe you do the verses to him and the choruses to me, or you know, or just point and shoot, and or make sure that you are to a camera, maybe in different parts to the song, or you know, so you're not chopping and changing too much. The cameramen are behind a certain line as well, so the singers sometimes need to come up right up close in the face of the camera. That's stuff like More Than a Feeling, the Boston cover that we did with Jordan Lennon, that sort of thing. Danny Lepresto does that a lot as well. So in this situation, when you've got three girls, they're sort of not coming up into camera, but you know, there's still a great band and a lot to look at. So now Nikki's going to sing her own little bit here. So I think we swap cameras. Around here, I'm going to just blade it here roughly. Now Nikki's going to start singing a chorus while they're doing this. In a couple more at the end of this. So I'm going to switch to a camera to just accommodate her, because she'll be singing to Dan's camera on her side. So Now, I like the ending on the other camera. The other camera seems to me to be, you know, I think. Let's have a look. Not sure about the up to the mirror balls. Let's have a look at the other camera and see what it's doing. It's in the center, and I think this is Pato, who's normally on the left. Yeah, so he... I think he's a good to go. So I've swapped camera just to accommodate this little bit here by Nikki. And I really want it to change to the end right there. So let's cut them. B for blade, D, A, D, D, and there's my cut. So if I look at the timeline, basically that's almost switching between the cameras. Now this is what I do. I know there's pro camera guys and editors out there. Please don't give me crap about this is my first thing. I've had an hour into this, and I'm trying to show people how easy it was for me. 2-camera shoot without color grading. So let's just copy these up to the timeline, the ones that I've chosen. This is my way to do it. I'll find a better way. Then I'm just going to switch these two guys off. And now I'm going to just work on my transitions. So if I go back to the beginning, and I know between these two cameras here is the first transition, just bring our little timeline back, zoom in, right mouse click, add a 60 frame cross dissolve, and I can move it backwards and forwards. Let's see what that looks like. Now, I like the sort of TV shows type dissolve a long one in some of these instances. Maybe a little bit too long, and plus the point's a little wrong. So I can just grab this and I can just move it. A different slices earlier. Do you see how easy that was? Just dragging it between the two cameras. Now that is something that I could not do in Premiere, because I would have to move one, close up the gaps, sometimes chop out, you know, it was just, and then I couldn't heal up easily So this is much, much better for me. All right, let's go to the next transition. So what I've done, just checking the straight out. That's okay. Maybe a quicker transition. Move it over a little bit so it's So if you find the point where it goes bump, you want them to sing, you know, you can see the end of your transition. It's just, that's better. So that's that. Move on to the next guy. Zoom out. Okay. Now here, not much going on. Piano solo's going. And I need to get there for Pina. So I'll just move the end of the transition to where Pina's moment is, where I need to arrive. See what I did? So her moment is here, and I've moved. So if I undo what I did, this is the moment where she comes to start singing there. So I know I can move my edit till the fade, the dissolve finishes around that point. It's already done. This is a 60 frame dissolve. It's pretty long. that, to me, is a lot more pro than what I was doing before. That's okay. I think that's okay. Just move it back a little. Just move it back a touch. Okay. Now remember, you can right mouse click and put on different transitions in here, do a different preset as well, change the duration, you know, or you can just, you know, do it manually by moving automatically just like this. It's really that simple. I haven't gone into any other tools and any other real fancy editing at all. And of course, you know, at the end of the video, we're going to throw in our logo. So I'll just go here to it, figure it out where it is. Got to find it. Next time, just got to be a bit more prepared. Find my graphics and designs, graphics and documents. Okay. There it is. Okay, so I'm just going to drag that into here.
That's it.
I think it's got to be done by then. It's got to be faded into the next thing. So let's just put our cross, you know, I think that it's got to be a really long dissolve at the end.
That's it.
Okay, done, edit done. And now just to really, you know, to look, if I was good at color grading, I probably don't need to do too much in there, and I'll probably go in and try and tweak the colors without wrecking it. So right now, I would just get my mix of the track, which I have here. So just the latest mix anyway, because, you know, we're mixing these things all the way up to the very last moment. So I have a version of it. I'm just going to throw it in somewhere here. I'm hoping that I can just drop down, go to the front. Let's line it up. I'll just mute it for a second. So da-da, the first hit is there, I think. 1, 2, 3, da-da. So right there. Let's just move this close. Mute the two audio tracks from the cameras. Now let's have a bit of a listen. Oh, that's really good, isn't it? Let's unmute the one that we've got down there. Just going to go to the audio side, make sure that we're not peaking. And things like the piano solo will make more sense. So in the end, I probably will go into Logic just to tweak the mix my last time and use this video just to line up the audio very, very closely to the snares and make sure it's perfectly in sync. But I mean, look, there, I've just cut a video with two iPhone cameras. It looks and sounds great, and that's really just straight out of the box. You know, I downloaded this, and this is my first chance to really have a go at it. And you know, I can just go to export it now. I know it's a it's in 4K. So let's go to custom, we'll call it. Movies is fine. Video, H.264, of course. It's going to be 3840 by 2160, which is the anamorphic lenses that we use in 4K. It's 30 frame rate, so this is raw, how it comes out. Automatic quality, multi-pass, maybe I could do that as well. Advanced settings, let's have a look in here. I always want to put a square pixel ratio, that's what I've done before. I'm going to leave the other one as color space tag, the gamma tag, will keep them raw at the moment. Flat pass. So look, I think everything's good. I don't need subtitles. Audio, linear PCM. Yes, linear PCM, that's totally raw without going AAC and being forced into a compressed medium. Sorry guys, but you know, I don't know why Premiere doesn't just give you a PCM option. It's really driven me crazy. I can actually go to 24-bit, which is a wow for me because I'm working in 2496 with the audio. So be interesting. I'm going to keep that on 16 anyway. Obviously it's stereo, output main one. Yes. So, and the file. Look, I think that we're pretty good. It doesn't tell me how big the file is going to be. So display, so which is unusual. Let's go add it to the render. It might tell me over here, and then just go start render. This is an i7 2020 iMac. With an i7, 32 gig of RAM, and a terabyte SSD. It's rolling through that pretty fast. That's 40 seconds into the video. 2 minutes to do it. Very interested to see how large this file is, the actual video. So I'll just monitor it over here under movies where it's going to pop out, and we'll see how it comes out. I hope that you found this video useful. Certainly if you're going to be doing some video editing and you want a free video editor, DaVinci Resolve. Get it for free. This stuff is fantastic. Remember, it's like one of the very best color grading software you'll ever, just go to YouTube and check out the, of course, go YouTube. Check out Blackmagic DaVinci Resolve and the videos on color grading and see what it can do. Man, you're gonna totally get into this. These guys are a great company because they're Aussies, right? Can't go wrong. It's almost done. It's 50 seconds remaining, which is gonna be about how this video remains. I'll let you know how big the file is and we'll play it a little bit. It looks to me like on the file it's telling me that's currently 824 meg, which is about in 4K. Before, when I was spitting it out of Premiere, my files would probably come out to under 2 gig, maybe 1.5, 1.2, 1.3 gig. So it's half the size, and that's, I haven't done a double pass or anything like that, and I haven't set a bit rate or anything like that. So this is my first time ever exporting from here. So looks like it's going to be done here. Goes to, that's done. Let's double click on it. It's 2.78 gig. So that's looking pretty good. It's put the letterboxes though on the top, so I'm going to have to learn not to do that. So it's going to put black on the top and bottom. It's a little out of sync. I'll need to play with the colors just a touch, but I mean, these are pretty good. You look at the reds on the background compared to the other camera, and they're looking pretty consistent. So I might get away with, I normally make the blacks blacker and things like that but I think that's pretty close. DaVinci Resolve, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you dig it as much as I do. That's definitely my choice now. Look, unfortunately I'm going to have to give up my monthly subscription to Adobe and give this one a run. I think it's time that, especially now that we're all locked in, and time to give these guys a go. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you later.